I moved into the apartment 3 weeks ago. Cheap rent. Quiet neighborhood. No questions asked. That alone should have been a red flag. But I needed the place. And honestly, at first, it felt perfect. 3rd floor. Corner unit. One window facing the street. Nothing unusual. Until my second night. It started at exactly 2:13 a.m. I know that because I checked my phone the moment it woke me up. At first, I thought it was just wind. A soft sound. Faint. Dragging through the silence. Then I heard it again. Clearer this time. A whistle. Low. Slow. Not random. Controlled. Like someone standing outside. Trying to get attention. My chest tightened slightly. Who whistles at 2 a.m.? I sat up in bed. The room was dark. Silent. Except for that sound. Again. That same whistle. Same tone. Same rhythm. Too perfect to be accidental. I looked toward the window. The curtain was closed. No light coming through. No movement. Just that sound. Probably someone outside, I muttered. Drunk. Or messing around. That's what I told myself. Then it changed. The whistle stopped. For a second, everything went quiet. Then, 3 short whistles. Pause. 3 again. My chest tightened. That's not random. It sounded like a pattern. Like a signal. And suddenly, it felt like it wasn't just noise. It felt directed. At me. I shook my head. No. That was stupid. Paranoid thinking. I laid back down. Pulled the blanket slightly over my head. Ignored it. The whistling continued. Same pattern. Over and over again. Slow. Patient. Like whoever was outside. Had all the time in the world. Minutes passed. Or maybe longer. It didn't stop. Not once. My eyes stayed open. Listening. Waiting for it to go away. But it didn't. Then. A new sound. Soft. Right beneath the whistle. A faint scratching. My chest tightened instantly. What was that? The scratching came again. From the window. From the outside. Slow. Light. Like fingernails dragging across glass. My entire body went still. No way. I sat up again. Staring at the curtain. The whistle continued. Unbothered. Like it didn't care if I heard the scratching too. The 2 sounds layered together now. Whistle. Scratch. Whistle. Scratch. My breathing became shallow. Someone's outside. But that didn't make sense. 3rd floor. There was nothing outside my window. No balcony. No ledge. Nothing to stand on. The scratching got louder. More deliberate. Like whatever was doing it was getting impatient. My eye stayed locked on the curtain. Waiting for it to move. Waiting for something to show through. Then. It stopped. Both sounds. Whistle. Scratch. Gone. Silence filled the room instantly. Heavy. Unnatural. I exhaled slowly. Finally. But something felt wrong. Too sudden. Like it didn't stop because it was done. But because it was waiting. My eyes drifted toward the window again. The curtain was moving slightly. Not from wind. From pressure. From the outside. My chest tightened hard. No. Something was behind it. Close. Right against the glass. I could feel it. Watching. Even without seeing it. My hand twitched slightly. Instinct. Curiosity. That stupid human urge to look. Don't. I whispered it to myself. But the thought stayed. What if it's nothing? What if it's just someone playing a prank? What if I'm overreacting? The curtain moved again. Slightly more this time. My heart started pounding. Just a quick look. That's all it would take. 1 second. Just to prove nothing was there. My hand lifted slowly. Reaching toward the curtain. The silence outside felt beware. Like it knew what I was about to do. My fingers touched the fabric. Cold. Too cold. I hesitated. Then. From outside. A whisper. Right against the glass. Don't look. My entire body froze. That voice. Was mine. My hand dropped instantly. I stepped back from the curtain. Heart pounding. No. That voice. It was mine. Exactly mine. Same tone. Same breath. Like I had just whispered it myself. But I didn't. The silence outside returned. Heavy. Waiting. I didn't move. Didn't breathe properly. Just stared at the curtain. This isn't real. I said it quietly. Trying to ground myself. Trying to make sense of it. Then. The whistle came back. Closer this time. Right outside the glass. Not distant anymore. Not from the street. From the window. My chest tightened hard. It moved. Same pattern. 3 short whistles. Pause. 3 again. But now. There was something under it. A second tone. Faint. Like a broken echo. Trying to copy the first one. Failing slightly. My stomach dropped. It's learning. The curtain shifted again. More this time. Pushing inward. Like something was leaning against it. The glass creaked softly. A thin pressure sound. Not breaking. Just testing. I backed away another step. No. The whistle stopped mid-pattern. Cut off suddenly. Silence. Then. A soft knock. From the window. 3 times. Slow. Deliberate. My chest froze. No way. Another knock. Same rhythm. Matching the whistle pattern. 3. Pause. 3. My breathing became uneven. This is not happening. Then. My voice again. From outside. Open it. I shook my head instantly. No. It's cold out here. Same voice. Same tone I'd use if I was tired. Or trying to sound normal. But there was something wrong in it. Something empty underneath. You're not me. Silence. Then. You're not me. Perfect mimic. Even the hesitation. My chest tightened harder. The handle of the window clicked softly. I froze. No. It moved slightly. Just a small shift. Like someone had touched it. Testing it. Understanding how it worked. I stepped back quickly. No. No, no. The curtain pushed inward again. More force this time. The shape behind it clearer now. Tall. Too tall for a normal person standing outside a third-floor window. My breath stopped. That's not possible. The fabric stretched slightly around it, outlining something behind. Head. Shoulders. But wrong proportions. Too narrow. Too long. The voice came again. Closer. Almost inside the room now. You looked. My chest tightened painfully. I didn't. A pause. Then. You wanted to. The words hit harder than anything else. Because it was true. I had almost looked. I had reached for the curtain. That was enough. The lock on the window clicked again. Louder this time. Turning slightly. My stomach dropped. It's opening it. I ran forward instinctively. Grabbed the handle. Held it tight. Cold. Freezing cold. Like touching ice. Something on the other side pulled gently. Not strong. Just steady. Persistent. Like it knew it didn't need force. Don't do this, I whispered. Silence. Then. Let me in. The pull increased slightly. My hands tightened. No. The glass vibrated softly. Not breaking. Just reacting. The curtain shifted violently for a split second. And I saw it. Not fully. Just through the thin fabric. A face. Too close to the glass. Too still. Eyes wide. Unblinking. My face. But stretched slightly. Wrong. My chest slammed. I let go of the handle instantly. Stumbled back. No. The window stopped moving. The pressure disappeared. Everything went still again. The curtain fell back into place. Flat. Normal. The whistle didn't return. The knocking stopped. The voice was gone. Just silence. Complete silence. I stood there. Frozen. Waiting for something else to happen. But nothing did. Minutes passed. Or maybe longer. I don't know. My legs finally gave out. I sat down on the bed slowly. Still staring at the window. It's gone. That's what I told myself. That's it. It's over. But deep down, I knew something had changed. Because it didn't sound frustrated. It didn't sound angry. It sounded patient. Like it wasn't trying to get in anymore. Like it didn't need to. My eyes drifted toward the door of my room. Closed. Locked. Safe. At least, it should have been. Then. A soft whistle. Behind me. Inside the room. My entire body froze. Slowly. I turned my head. Toward the corner of the room. Where the darkness was deepest. And for a split second. I saw it. Standing there. Perfect. Still. Smiling. Myself. I didn't move. Couldn't move. That thing. Standing in the corner. Was me. Same height. Same face. Same clothes. But the way it stood. Too still. Too perfect. Like it wasn't breathing. My chest felt tight. No. It didn't react. Just stared at me. Smiling. Not wide. Just enough to feel wrong. The whistle came again. Soft. From its direction. Not loud. Not forced. Natural. Like it belonged to it. My stomach dropped. You came inside. Silence. Then. It took a step forward. Slow. Controlled. My body reacted instantly. I stood up. Backed away. No. Stay there. It stopped. Tilted its head slightly. Exactly how I do when I'm confused. Then it spoke. You looked. My breath hitched. I didn't. A pause. Then. You almost did. The words felt heavier now. Closer. More real. Like it didn't need to convince me anymore. It already knew. My back hit the wall. Nowhere else to go. The room suddenly felt smaller. Tighter. Like the space itself was shrinking. What do you want? It didn't answer immediately. Just watched me. Then smiled a little wider. To understand. The voice was perfect now. No distortion. No delay. Exactly like mine. That doesn't make sense. You don't either. My chest tightened. The lights flickered once. Then steadied. But something changed. The shadows in the room were wrong. There were more of them now. I noticed it slowly. At first, I thought it was just my vision. But then I looked closer. The corner behind it was darker than it should be. Not empty. Moving slightly. What's behind you? It didn't turn. Didn't even blink. More. My stomach dropped. The shadow behind it shifted. And another figure stepped forward. Then another. Then another. Each one slightly different. Different posture. Different expression. But all me. My breathing became uneven. How many are there? Silence. Then. Enough. The room felt crowded now. Even though they weren't touching me. They filled the space. Standing between furniture. Near the door. Near the window. Blocking every exit. Watching. Waiting. This isn't real. I said it louder this time. Trying to break whatever this was. Trying to wake up. None of them reacted. Then one stepped forward. From my left side. Closer than the others. It is now. My chest tightened hard. The floor creaked slightly under my feet. But not just under me. Under them too. Which meant they weren't just shadows. They were solid. Real. That realization hit hard. You're not supposed to be here. Another one spoke. From behind me. You let us in. I turned fast. Another version of me standing near the door. Blocking it. Smiling. My heart slammed. I didn't open anything. You listened. Another voice. Same tone. Different direction. You heard us. You responded. You stayed. Each sentence came from a different copy. Surrounding me. Closing in slowly. My breathing broke. That doesn't mean anything. Silence for a second. Then all of them spoke at once. It means everything. The sound overlapped. Lead. Not loud. But overwhelming. Like my own thoughts turning against me. I covered my ears. Stop. The voices stopped instantly. The room fell silent again. But they didn't move. Didn't leave. Just watched. Then the first one stepped closer. The one that came from the corner. The original. We're not here to hurt you. I laughed weakly. That's hard to believe. A pause. Then. We're here to replace you. My chest went cold. No. It nodded slightly. You don't belong outside anymore. The words felt final. Like a decision already made. I'm not going anywhere. Silence. Then. You already are. The room flickered. Not the lights. The space itself. For a split second. Everything shifted. The wall stretched. The ceiling felt higher. The room looked wrong. Like it wasn't stable anymore. Then it snapped back. Normal again. But my chest didn't calm. What was that? Transition, it said softly. My stomach dropped. The window behind them was no longer closed. The curtain moved slightly. Opened just enough to see outside. But outside wasn't the street anymore. It was darkness. Endless. Deep. Pulling. My breath stopped. That's not outside. It is now. The copy stepped closer. One step at a time. Slow. Controlled. No rush. Because they didn't need to rush. You were never meant to stay, it continued. You were meant to come back. My chest tightened painfully. I'm not one of you. Silence. Then. You will be. The shadows behind them stretched. Reaching slowly toward me. Not fast. Not aggressive. Just inevitable. My back hit the wall again. Nowhere left. No space. No escape. The original stepped right in front of me. Close enough to feel its cold presence. Don't worry, it whispered. We'll do it perfectly this time. My breath stopped. Because whatever this thing was, wasn't just copying me anymore. It was replacing me. We'll do it perfectly this time. Those words stayed in the air. Heavy. Final. I shook my head. No. My voice felt weaker now. Not confident. Not real. The copies didn't react. They just watched. Waiting. Like they already knew how this would end. The window behind them moved slightly. The curtain drifting open more. Revealing that darkness outside. Endless. Deep. Wrong. My chest tightened. That's not outside. It's where you belong, one of them said softly. I backed away. But there was nowhere to go. The wall behind me. The copies in front. The darkness pulling from the side. Stay back, I said. They didn't stop. One step closer. Then another. Slow. Controlled. No rush. Because they didn't need to rush. The room flickered again. Not the lights. Reality itself. For a split second. Everything stretched. The walls bent outward. The floor felt uneven. Then it snapped back. But I felt it. The space wasn't stable anymore. What are you doing? Silence. Then. Bringing you back. My chest tightened hard. I was never there. A pause. Then. You just don't remember. The words hit deep. Too deep. Like something inside me recognized them. The darkness outside pulsed slightly. Like it reacted to that statement. Like it agreed. My breathing became uneven. No, this is my apartment. The copies tilted their heads slightly. All at the same time. Perfect sync. This is a space, one said. Not a place. My stomach dropped. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't need to. Another step forward. Closer now. Only a few feet away. The air felt colder. Heavier. Harder to breathe. The original reached out slowly. Not touching yet. Just close. You came through sound, it whispered. My chest tightened. What? We call. A pause. You hear. Another pause. You respond. The pattern clicked instantly. The whistle. The knocking. The voice. They weren't random. They were signals. My breathing broke. You calling people. Silence. Then. Only the ones who listen. My stomach dropped. And if they don't? A pause. Then. They stay. The simplicity of that answer felt worse than anything. No force. No attack. Just selection. My chest tightened painfully. And if they do? The original smiled slightly. They return. The darkness outside shifted again. Deeper. Closer. Like it was reaching inward now. Not just waiting. Pulling. I felt it. Not on my body. Inside my head. A slow pressure. Drawing me toward it. Don't fight it, one of them said softly. I'm not going anywhere. You already are. The floor beneath my feet shifted slightly. Not physically. But enough to feel wrong. Like gravity tilted toward the window. My balance faltered. I grabbed the wall. What's out there? Silence. Then. Us. My chest froze. That's not an answer. It's the only one. The copies moved again. Now surrounding me completely. Closer than before. Too close. Their faces clearer. Every detail perfect. Except the eyes. Still empty. Still wrong. The original stepped forward. Right in front of me now. You're almost ready. No. You're already fading. My chest tightened. What does that mean? It didn't answer. Instead, it reached out and touched my arm. Cold. Not just cold. Empty. Like nothing was behind that touch. My body reacted instantly. I tried to pull away. But something held me in place. Not physically. Something deeper. My vision blurred slightly. The room flickered again. This time longer. The wall stretched. The ceiling disappeared. And for a moment, I wasn't in my apartment anymore. I was standing. In that darkness. Endless. Surrounded by shapes. Massive. Watching. Then it snapped back. But my chest didn't recover. What did you show me? Where you're going, it said softly. My breathing broke completely now. I'm not going there. Silence. Then. You already stepped closer. The memory hit instantly. The curtain. My hand. That moment. That almost. That was enough. The darkness outside pulsed again. Stronger this time. The curtain lifted fully now. No barrier. No separation. Just that void. Waiting. Calling. The whistle came again. But not from outside. From everywhere. From inside my head. From inside my chest. Same pattern. 3. Pause. 3. My body reacted without permission. A small step forward. Toward the window. No. Another step. Stop. But my legs didn't listen. The copies didn't move. Didn't stop me. Because they didn't need to. The closer I got, the stronger it felt. That pull. That pressure. That familiarity. Like I had been there before. The original whispered softly. You remember? My chest tightened painfully. No. You belong there. I reached the edge of the window. The darkness right in front of me now. Moving slightly. Breathing. Alive. Just step through. My hand lifted slowly. Reaching into it. Cold. But not painful. Just empty. My breath slowed. My thoughts quieted. Everything felt distant. Yes. The voice softened. Satisfied. Come back. And I leaned forward. Just enough. To cross the line. The moment I crossed. Everything disappeared. No room. No window. No body. Just sound. Whistling. Everywhere. Not one source. Not one direction. Thousands of them. Layered. Overlapping. Different tones. Different rhythms. But all following the same pattern. 3. Pause. 3. My chest felt hollow. Not tight. Not panicked. Just empty. Where am I? The words didn't echo. They didn't even feel like they left me. Like I wasn't speaking out loud anymore. Like I wasn't even breathing. The darkness shifted slowly. And shapes began to form. Far away at first. Tall. Thin. Standing still. Watching. My stomach should have dropped. But it didn't. Because I couldn't feel it properly anymore. What is this place? A voice answered. Not from outside. From inside me. Home. My thoughts froze. No. Yes. The shapes moved closer. Not walking. Just appearing closer. Every time I focused on them. Like distance didn't exist here. Like space didn't matter. My vision sharpened slightly. And I could see them clearer. Dozens of figures. All human-shaped. All wrong. Their bodies stretched unnaturally. Limbs too long. Faces barely formed. Like something trying to remember what a person looks like. You're the ones outside, I said. Silence. Then. We are what remains. My chest felt heavier for a second. Remains of what? A pause. Longer this time. Then. Of you. The answer hit differently. Not fear. Recognition. Fragments in my mind shifted. Small pieces of memory. Breaking. Rearranging. Like something was being corrected. That doesn't make sense. It will. The shape circled slowly. Not threatening. Just observing. Studying me. Like I was something new. Something important. The whistling changed slightly. Not louder. More focused. Like it was tuning itself. Matching something. Matching me. My chest tightened faintly. Why do you whistle? Silence. Then. To find you. My breath slowed. To find who? The ones who hear. A pause. The ones who respond. The pattern again. Call. Listen. Respond. That's all it was. Selection. My thoughts felt slower now. Like they were being filtered. What happens to them? The shapes stopped moving. All at once. Then. They become us. My chest should have reacted. But it didn't. That feeling was fading. Fear. Panic. All of it felt distant now. And the ones who don't. They stay incomplete. My mind paused on that. Incomplete. Like something missing. Like something unfinished. The shapes moved again. Closer now. One step directly in front of me. Its face. Almost mine. Almost. But not fully formed. You are different, it said. You crossed fully. My chest tightened slightly. What does that mean? Silence. Then. You are whole. The word echoed strangely. Whole. Complete. Finished. The others around it shifted. Reacting. Like that mattered. Like I mattered. So what now? A pause. Then. Now you stay. My thoughts slowed further. That answer felt acceptable. Too acceptable. No. But the resistance felt weak. Fading. You were always meant to. The shapes leaned closer. Watching. Studying. Like I was something they had been waiting for. You understand now, one whispered. You belong here. The darkness shifted again. Not around me. Through me. Like it was filling something empty inside. Completing it. My thoughts blurred. Memories slipping. My apartment. My room. The window. All of it felt far away. Unimportant. Like it wasn't real. What about the one outside? The words came slowly now. Harder to form. Silence. Then. It continues. The answer felt distant. Like it didn't concern me anymore. It learns. It replaces. It calls. Each word echoed softly. Fading into the whistle. The pattern grew stronger. Clearer. 3. Pause. 3. My chest matched it now. Not breathing. Responding. Join us. The shapes moved closer. Not surrounding me. Absorbing me. Blending into the same space. My edges felt unclear. My body didn't feel separate anymore. Yes. The word slipped out without resistance. Because I understood now. This wasn't a place you escape. This wasn't something chasing you. It was something calling you. And once you answered, you didn't go back. You became part of the call. The whistling grew louder. Stronger. And I realized something. We weren't just making sound. We were sending it. Outward. Searching. For the next one. And somewhere. Far away. Someone was listening. Something snapped back. Not here. Not in the darkness. Somewhere else. A room. Small. Familiar. The apartment. But I wasn't there. I was seeing it. From far away. Like watching through something. Not eyes. A figure stood near the window. Still. Facing the glass. The curtain slightly open. Darkness beyond it. The figure moved. Slow. Natural. Too natural. My chest tightened faintly. That's me. Silence answered. Then. It is what you were. The figure turned slightly. Same face. Same body. Perfect. No distortion. No delay. Complete. It walked across the room calmly. Controlled. Every movement accurate. Like nothing had ever happened. It's replacing me. It is continuing. The correction felt important. Not replacing. Continuing. The figure picked up the phone from the table. Check the time. 2:13 a.m. Exactly the same moment everything started. A perfect reset. It remembers everything. It remembers what it needs. The voice inside me was calmer now. Clearer. Not foreign anymore. Part of me. The figure walked to the window again. Stopped. Looked outside. Not at the darkness. Through it. Like it understood what was there. Like it wasn't afraid. Because it wasn't supposed to be. It knows. It learns. The curtain moved slightly. Colder drifting in. The figure didn't react. Didn't step back. Didn't hesitate. Because it didn't need to. The whistle started. Soft. Low. Coming from inside the room. My chest tightened. No. Yes. The figure whistled again. Perfect pattern. 3. Pause. 3. Exactly like before. But now. It wasn't calling something outside. It was sending something out. My thoughts slowed further. Understanding forming without resistance. It's doing the same thing. It is becoming the call. The figure stepped closer to the window. Leaning slightly toward the darkness. Listening. Waiting. Then. A faint whistle answered. Far away. From somewhere else. Another place. Another room. My chest felt something faint. Recognition. Someone heard it. Someone always does. The figure smiled slightly. Not wide. Just enough. Familiar. Controlled. Perfect. It stepped back from the window. Walked to the door. Paused. Hand on the handle. Then opened it. The hallway outside looked normal. Dim lights. Quiet. Safe. The figure stepped out. Closed the door behind it. Everything looked fine. Nothing wrong. Nothing broken. Because that's how it works. It doesn't change everything. It doesn't reveal itself. It just continues. My thoughts drifted slowly. How many are there? Silence. Then. Enough. The same answer. The only answer. The scene faded slightly. Not disappearing. Just becoming less important. Because it wasn't mine anymore. That life. That body. That world. All of it. Stayed outside. And I didn't belong there anymore. The whistling grew stronger again. Around me. Inside me. Part of me. And now I understood fully. We don't break in. We don't force entry. We don't chase. We wait. We call. And the ones who hear come to us. Willingly. Curiously. I felt the others near me. Not separate. Connected. All sending the same signal. All searching. All listening. Another one will hear, I whispered. They always do. And somewhere far away. Another window waited. Another room. Another person. Listening in the dark. Hearing something they shouldn't. Something calling them closer. And when they do. When they step near the glass. When they reach for the curtain. When they almost look. That's when it begins. Because the rule is simple. If you hear whistling outside your window, don't look. Because the moment you do, something sees you back. It started the same way. It always does. A room. Dark. Quiet. A single window. Curtains drawn. And someone inside. Trying to sleep. He didn't know anything. Didn't expect anything. Just another night. 2:13 a.m. The sound came softly. Barely noticeable at first. A whistle. Low. Slow. Not random. Controlled. He shifted slightly in bed. Half awake. Confused. What was that? He listened. It came again. Clearer this time. 3 short whistles. Pause. 3 again. His eyes opened fully now. Someone outside. He sat up slowly. Looked toward the window. Curtain still closed. Nothing visible. The whistle continued. Same pattern. Same rhythm. Calling. My awareness stayed on him. Not watching like before. Feeling. Connected. Like I could sense every small reaction. Every thought forming in his mind. Ignore it, he muttered. Just like I did. He laid back down. Pulled the blanket slightly up. Tried to forget it. But the whistle didn't stop. It never stops. It just waits. Patient. Persistent. Then. A new sound. Faint. Scratching. From the window. My awareness sharpened. There it was. The moment. The shift. He froze slightly. What the hell? The scratching came again. Light. Slow. Like fingernails on glass. His breathing changed. Uneven now. Curious. Afraid. Exactly how it should be. The whistle layered over it. Perfect rhythm. Guiding him. Pulling him closer. He sat up again. This time fully awake. Staring at the curtain. Is someone there? No answer. Just the whistle. And the scratching. My thoughts felt aligned. Focused. This is how it works. Not force. Not for alone. Curiosity. That small need to know. That's what brings them closer. His feet touched the floor. Slow movement. Hesitation. But he stood up. Step by step. Toward the window. The air around him felt colder. He noticed it. Of course he did. But he didn't stop. They never stop. Just a look, he whispered. Same words. Same mistake. My awareness tightened. Everything narrowing to that single moment. His hand lifted slowly. Reaching for the curtain. The whistle softened. Not stopping. Just waiting. The scratching stopped completely. Silence replacing it. Heavy. Watching. His fingers touched the fabric. He hesitated. For a second. Just one. That moment where he could still walk away. Where he could still ignore it. Where he could still stay outside. Then. He pulled the curtain aside. And looked. Everything aligned instantly. The connection locked. The sound stopped. Complete silence. His body froze. Because what he saw wasn't the street. Wasn't the outside. Just darkness. Endless. Deep. And inside it. Something moved. Something looking back at him. My chest didn't react anymore. No fear. No panic. Just understanding. Because now, he was part of it. Just like I was. The first whistle came from him. Soft. Uncertain. But correct. 3. Pause. 3. I joined without thinking. Perfect harmony. Others followed. More voices. More whistles. Spreading. Reaching outward again. Searching. Calling. Because that's what we do now. We don't hide. We don't chase. We wait. And we call. And somewhere, right now, someone else is lying in bed, hearing something they shouldn't. A soft whistle in the dark. Thinking it's nothing. Telling themselves to ignore it. But they won't. They'll listen. They'll get curious. They'll move closer. And when they do, when they stand in front of that window, when they reach for the curtain, when they decide to look, that's when we find them. Because the rule was never meant to protect you. It was meant to test you. And almost no one passes. So if you hear whistling outside your window tonight, don't look. Because we're already listening. And we're waiting for you to answer.